Hey there, welcome back, Blade fans, to OG Blade Reviews. That is me, whatever. And as you can see, another TwoSun knife on the table. I am a big fan of this brand. Um, don't expect the fancy box because they're keeping the price down. It's just this little slider here, and this came from White Mountain Knives. What you see before you is the TS377. Sorry, no fancy names here. It is what it is. Sometimes these do have kind of nicknames that are unadvertised but known to only the fans of TwoSun or perhaps the person who designed it. And in this case, it is Jelly Jerry, a very well-known designer, not only for TwoSun, but some other brands like Kubi. He designed, I believe, the Atlas, and I can't even begin to remember all the knives he's designed, but he is located in Vietnam. He's a student there and just does some fantastic, wild designs. I'll open this very soon, but you can see we've got a light blue pivot surround with Yangjiang, China on it, and that is the knife making capital of China. And it says TwoSun there. You can sort of see, TwoSun Knives, Yangjiang, China. And let's see, do they have anything on the other side here? Same thing? I believe it's the same thing. Just having a hard time focusing on it. Nice clip. Really angular sort of space age design on this. And it will middle finger flick, almost. There we go. With that fairly modest size hole in there, triangular shape, to go along with a really angular trapezoidal shape of the knife. And it is a Tanto, and it is what I would call an elongated, Americanized Tanto. We got, look at all the trapezoids going on in this blade. It's just fantastic. I mean, that's sort of his design signature, is these out-of-the-world sort of designs. However, he has done some very down-to-earth, traditional utility style EDC blades as well. You could characterize this any way you want. You could make this into a tactical sort of a knife. It's definitely stabby, and it is slicey. Flat grinds on this, and interesting steel. This is TwoSun's proprietary steel. There's Jelly Jerry and his logo. It's the TS377. At least that much is now on the blades. Originally, there was no name of the knife on the blade, only the logo of the maker, the designer. It is a YJ01-V1. What the heck is that? It's closest to M390, but it is a powder metallurgy, sprayed powder metallurgy is what I have researched. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you know that more about that steel. It is not yet listed on many of the major steel manufacturers. It is made, I believe, in China. I don't know if it's made out of the country. Bowler's made in, I think, Sweden or Norway. But it's a spray powder metallurgy, so somehow the material is sprayed out into form and then ground. It's not made from an ingot steel. So that's as much as I know. I'm not a metallurgist. We've got some beautiful carbon fiber onlays here, not inlays, because they're raised. They're proud of the surface of the titanium handle. It is a very interesting, and this is one of my favorite style lockups, is a completely nested hidden liner in a titanium knife, which means that your risk of accidental closure is very minimal, because it lies just below the surface of the frame, You can easily, however, get your finger in there to close it, and it's just about drop shut. I'm going to see if I can back out a little bit here. There we go. Oh, too much. Okay. Yeah, I recently got a setup with a remote control for the camera, so don't have that herky-jerky when I touch the camera like I did before. We've got, we got for body screw, or for pivot screws, T8 by my eye, and it's looking like T8 on the body screw and T6 is for the clip. That's okay. And the clip will remove from the surface. You don't have to open it up to get at that clip. Clip is not transferable, as is the case with most titanium clips I've found, and it is not deep carry. We've got a good inch sticking out of your pocket, if you don't mind that. And we've got enough of an inset there to be able to have a little bit of a rough surface to grab if you're pulling it out of your pocket. Now, since I front flip best with the left hand, I can easily front flip that, as it has a really nice shelf, if we want to call it that, which sticks out here and is just even with the front frame of the knife. All right, what do you say we measure it up? We get the old tape measure out. And we've got tip to stern, I'm going to call that 8 3/4 inches, with a blade to that front point of 3 3/4. Pretty good sized knife. And the edge only about a little bit shorter than that, like a 3.65-ish for the cutting edge. And if I can find it, there we go. Let's get some other measurements. In inches, fairly thick handle, but it is contoured, 0.76. And we've got a blade thickness, blade stock of 0.14. In millimeters, that is 3.5 millimeters. Pretty good blade stock. And I suspect this is going to be kind of a medium weight for the size. Let's see what we get. We get almost 6 ounces, a little heavier than I thought. 5.93 ounces. 6 ounces for anybody that came in late, as the famous Jeff Cooper used to say about things and prices. Let's open it up again with a middle finger flick. And it's got a nice sharp, not overly sharp, but sharp enough to get your middle finger flick going there. I believe we've got some weight relieving, maybe not on the inside because, well, maybe not. We'll see. Get some light in there. No weight relieving. We're really not removing any material from the titanium because these are not inlays, they're onlays. So because there's no weight relieving, that's going to reduce the price somewhat. This is only about $110 knife from White Mountain. And White Mountain usually stocks at least 300 different models of TwoSun. At the moment, this may be sold out, but you can probably get it on eBay if you're interested. And that puts some people off, that they just can't throw their credit card out there and buy a knife. You can from White Mountain. And if you like this knife and it's out of stock on White Mountain with the link I give you, all you got to do is put in your email, and when it gets restocked, and very often they do, you will be notified and you can pick one up. So 110 bucks for this, right? Roughly. I think 114. I may be correct on that. If you upscale to a best tech like this beautiful Togata designed by Morgan Collins, a little bit longer overall, about 240 bucks for this current street price, as I like to say. from like Atlantic Knife. I just happened to look that up. Titanium, carbon fiber, and what do we got in this one? Got to pull it over here to find out. You know, I'm not sure. I think it's 20 CV. This was an interesting knife. Morgan saw me post it way back when I did the review, and he said, you know, there's no markings on that. So this came through sterile, so to speak, missed the laser engraver or what have you. So it is unique and perhaps worth a little more because there's nothing on it. No maker's, no designer's name, no maker name, no steel, nothing. And it's either 20 CV or M390. I tend to recall that it's 20 CV. It's what he told me. And that's how it's advertised. That is a genuine Bestech Togata. Again, going price around $240, $245 from some of your online people. Here is the Concept Toth. Did a review on this recently. A little shorter knife, 20 CV on this one. Titanium and a fat carbon fiber. About $240-ish as well MSRP. So that could get knocked down to about $200, but still $114 for this, $240, $250, $240, $250 for this. That's the thing about TwoSun. Really, lots of bang for your buck. Lots. I mean, the grinds are exquisite. They're precise. They're sharp. Look at that demarcation between the front grind and the back on this compound grind. Look at the detail in here. Handle is perfect. Lockup is just absolutely solid and perfect. And the actions on these are usually always drop shut like that. Compared to my carry of the day, what is my carry of the day? Oh yeah, Microtech MSI. It is a slightly shorter knife than the MSI. This MSI, good price on these with the injection molded handle, about I think 180-ish these days with choice of flavors. It is their Ramlock model, but you're still spending more for that when you've got all this milling work, contouring, etc. with premium materials. There's your contouring on the handle. You can see that the back part of it sticks up a little bit while the sides are chamfered down. Almost a full back spacer on it. Nicely, the edges are sort of, they hit them and chamfer them slightly, so that's why you get those defined two lines there, because all the surfaces that are meeting have the shoulders slightly ground down. You may or may not like the light blue pivots around. I would say that's really minor. If you don't like it, what is it made out of? Steel or titanium? It's probably titanium. It's going to be hard to tell without disassembling the knife, but definitely titanium. Handle for the screws. Nope, I'm shaking the camera again after all that work. Screws are steel. Okay. How about sharpness? Can't leave without doing a sharpness test. Now let's see if they put an edge on this. Very often they do put a very nice edge. Oh, and this one's no different. Whoa, it's a beauty. She's a beauty. Yeah, shaving sharp and biting sharp for sure. Well, let me know what you think about this TS377, and don't be put off by the fact that it may not be available today. If you use my discount code, by the way, and you're shopping at White Mountain Knives, you will get 10% off by using my discount code OG-Blade, or my original older discount code from my previous name, Old Sword. Either way, get 10% off whatever you order, and that can be significant when you get up into the hundreds. So there she is. So you can get a little light on that tip, but I can't at the moment. This is a beauty. Let me know what you think right now. If you haven't subscribed, right over here you'll see my logo. Click on that to subscribe to the channel, and you'll be notified every time there's a new video drop or a short or what have you. Be well, take care, stay safe. See you soon.